All right, we're ready for card number 2. This card is a big bouquet of beautiful tulips with a cute see-through kind of vase using vellum. Now, don't mind all these boo-boos I have here. I'm going to have to figure something out to cover these up, but this is my prototype. But you are going to have a beautiful finished project when we are through. All right, so this is just a beautiful card. It can be used as a Mother's Day card. It can be used as a thank you card, a sentiment card. Anything that you could use a bouquet of flowers for, just sending flowers. Super cute. So this is a big, beautiful bouquet, and the pieces that you need are in your envelope. And oh, I meant to point out, I ran out of my Flirty Flamingo Designer Series paper, so I'm going to be using Bermuda Bay in the same pattern, just because that's all I have left. I love this Brights Designer Series paper. I was very sad to see it sell out so quickly. All right, so what I can do now is I can actually just go ahead and glue this down to my base card because there's nothing that we're gonna do to it. So we can just center it and glue it down. Okay, so we'll set that aside. Now you have a piece of 3" or 3 3/4 by 5 inch. This is going to be our piece that goes on the front here. These other 2 pieces that you find, you might have a narrow one for leaves. I'm just giving you some scrap Whisper White so that we can stamp and punch all of our flowers. But before we do that, what we're going to do is we're going to stamp around the background of this card to make it look full. That way when we punch and fill in with these other tulips, it looks layered. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some Flirty Flamingo and stamp this large tulip couple times in the back, and maybe one right here. And we can actually even take some of the smaller tulips, which I didn't have out on blocks. There's 3 different sizes of tulips, so we'll stamp every single one. How about that? So we'll take the medium tulip and we'll put one up here. And then we'll take the small tulip and we'll put one over here. And let's do another one, but in a different color. So the 2 colors that I used for this card are Flirty Flamingo and Mango Melody. So I have Flirty Flamingo that I've just stamped. I'm going to stamp some Mango Melody ones to kind of match. So let me clean my stamps off. All right, let's do a tiny one in Mango Melody over here. Cute. And let's do, another one. Where do I want to do it? Oh, it's hard to choose. Let's do one here. Hopefully it's not hidden. If it is, oh well. Okay, so now we can put the smaller ones away because the remaining ones that we do will be on the scraps of paper. But while we have our paper here, let's go ahead and stamp some stems. So we are going to stamp stems down into the middle of the vase. And let's see, how do I want to do this? So we're just going to stamp, I have 2 different types of stems. Now you want to kind of keep all of your stems in the center at the bottom, and that is so that they all stay inside of the vase, okay? And you can always take your stamp and twist them and move them to make them straighter, to make them curvier. So like for this one up here, oops, there we go. Let's see, let's do another straight one. Actually, let's do a curvy one for this one. Okay, let's do one. Let's make this one curve the opposite direction. Okay. Wait, I have to make it go the same way, but it's on the opposite side of the block. So that threw me for a loop. There we go. Okay, so let's get this one. And let's just stamp a few more stems just to make our vase look full, because we are going to have a very full vase of flowers, right? So we want it to look real down at the bottom. Okay, what do you think? I think that's good. All right, so done with the green. Well, actually, we're not done with the green. So now on our scrap piece of paper, so we can move this out of the way. On our scrap piece of paper, let's go ahead and stamp some leaves and punch those out. So the way that the punch works, I'll point this out to you guys. The fat portion is at the bottom. So if you are on your edge of your paper, you want the fat portion of the leaf on the bottom. So I'm going to do 3 or 4 of the leaves. Okay. Now I have quite a few of the flowers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 of the Flirty Flamingo and 1, 2, 3, 4 of the Mango Melody. I think that's a lot. I'll stamp 4 of each, but let's see if maybe we want to downsize to 3 of each or something. So, Mango Melody. Here's our scrap of white. Let's go ahead and stamp 3 of these tulips. I like Flirty Flamingo and Mango Melody together. I think they're very pretty. I hope you like my color combination as well. Okay, now let's do 3 Flirty Flamingo. Oops. Same thing with the tulips. You want the bottom of the tulip to be closest to the edge. Okay, let's stamp 1 more Flirty Flamingo tulip in case we decide we need more. And then we'll go from there. We can always stamp more. Okay, so remember we have this one here. So we are going to punch these out. Okay, and the leaves. All right. We are going to start building up. Now, what I like to do is I like to do layers. So I like to glue some directly down, and then I like to put some up on dimensionals. So we are going to kind of do that. And there is no right or wrong way to do this. So don't think that just because I put liquid glue on one and I didn't pop one up doesn't mean that you have to do that. So now I'm going to put some on dimensionals. Let's see, I'm going to do a pink one over here. Like so. Let's do Mango Melody. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the leaves, but I'm going to use them to fill things in. So that's going to be one of the last things I put on my card are the leaves. Okay. Let's see, my card is getting very full. Maybe I want it over here. Kind of like it up there. Let's see. Now I have to remember that my vase is going to go down here. Okay, so I can't have flowers that far down. So I guess I'll just put one right about there. Move this one up just a little bit. Be careful if you're pulling up dimensionals. You don't want to rip your card. I'm just going to move it up a bit and maybe out a bit. Okay, So you'll play with it until you like where it's at. Now I'm going to add some leaves where I feel like, you know, maybe it needs a little bit of filler in places. Maybe I want to make it look like it's going out farther on the card. Now you want to make sure you don't go out too far over the card because the edge is not very big. So we're just going to put some leaves to make it full. Let's see, do I want one? Maybe up, like so. Okay, now the really nice thing about this vellum is what I've discovered is that tear and tape does not show on vellum when you put the glue there. So I'm going to put a piece of tear and tape just in the center where I know that the stamping is going to be, or where the stems are stamped, so that you can't even see it even more. So you can see it literally like disappears into the background. So this vellum piece is actually cut with the snow globe dome so that it's flat on top and round on the bottom, which is perfect for a cute little vase, right? Okay, so we have all of our pieces stamped and we have our vellum piece glued down. Now we can put this on our base. Ooh, I love the Bermuda in the background. I actually think I like it more than the petal or the flirty flamingo. What do you guys think? You guys are always welcome to mix up the colors and do something completely different. You have that whole pack of designer series paper there at your disposal. Okay, so now we're going to put this down. And I did embellish with some of the ribbon and some of those glitter enamel dots. Okay, so where did I put my ribbon? There it is. So I'm just going to tie a little bow with the ribbon and then glue it down with the glue dot. Totally optional. I just can't resist a good bow. Almost every single one of my projects has a bow, always. Though my last one didn't. But most of the time, that is very true. So I always put my bows down with a dimensional. So I will do that now. Okay, cute, cute. And last but not least, let's embellish with some glitter enamel dots. Because you always need a reason to sparkle. Ooh, and the other thing I did that's super hard to see in the video is I used Wink of Stella on the card. And I made my flowers sparkly. Totally optional, but does add to the wow factor when you have a bouquet of sparkly flowers. Very, very fun. So there you go, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this project, and I hope you are in love with Creativity Delivered, where we get to send you creativity in a box right to your mailbox for you to do some easy and fun crafting.